Is mic good? Mic's good. I have a thing over here now. I don't need to explain this stuff to you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Valkyrie Stone, NB Luna. Always glad to see you here. Hello, Chrissy. Welcome for the first time. And also, I am the Mog. I don't know what a Mog is, but I feel like I'm slightly terrified. Crawled here from TikTok. I mean, it must have taken a lot of effort crawling instead of walking, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. But welcome. I'm gonna take off my ring because I feel like I'm gonna get my hands dirty. Because I am making count them, 4 things. First things first, I am preheating my oven because it is actually heating up. I am very concerned because we're making garlic confit. That's the first thing that I'm gonna be making, which is literally just cloves of garlic cooked in olive oil for like an hour in the oven on like a very low temperature, but I can't read any of like the numbers on the oven dial of my oven, so I don't know what temperature it is, but it's before 300 degrees, and I wasn't exactly sure if that would turn my oven on, but it is heating up, so we are getting there. First time joining live, hello! Oh, what is... Pafersica is the best I'm gonna get. I'm so sorry. Okay. But, first things first, we're doing the garlic confit, which I literally just need a bunch of garlic cloves, which I bought already. But for some reason, I don't know where in, like, my grocery store they keep, oh, and we have a hydrate. I don't know where in the grocery store they keep just, like, garlic bulbs. So I got this giant bag of garlic cloves. Sicka? I can do that. Happens a lot. I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad that it happens a lot, but I'm glad I'm not the only one to do it. Also, my microphone is like right next to the, right next to the almonds, so I feel like you're just listening to the almonds do their thing. They're chilling. Also, Care Bear Kayla, I didn't say hello to you, but hello. Welcome. Hydration. Alright, so I randomly found a bunch of recipes online, which is what I'm basing this off of, but when I say recipe, I mean most of these are like mixing 2 ingredients together. That's actually a lie. All of them are literally just mixing 2 ingredients together. I could add more ingredients to these things, but I'm keeping them simple because this is the first time I'm making some of these things. Like garlic confit, I could add rosemary. I have rosemary, I don't know how much to add, and it said to add fresh rosemary, but I don't have fresh rosemary, I have dried rosemary, but I don't know if I want them to be rosemary flavored, so it's literally just gonna be garlic and olive oil. We're also making a sourdough starter, which is water and flour. We're also making vanilla extract, which is vanilla beans and bourbon. Also, we're making almond milk, which is almonds and water. This is 2-step ingredients. But I didn't know where to find like garlic bulbs, like the actual like head of garlic. So I bought this big bag, and the recipe calls for 3 garlic bulbs. Cooking with a baker, that's literally what we're doing. They called for 3 garlic bulbs, and I looked it up, and there's an average of about 10 to 12 cloves per bulb. So I'm gonna use like 30 cloves of garlic. I'm excited. I'm gonna take this baking pan that I have. I'm gonna use this. Am I gonna count out 30 bulbs of garlic? No. Because I'm probably gonna, I would like to use more anyway. Not in the produce section? They could be, but I don't know. The grocery store freaks me out as a neurodivergent person. And as every neurodivergent person, the grocery store freaks me out. Alright, so we got garlic. I feel like I could use a smaller baking pan and or more garlic. How long does this last for? This lasts until March. The garlic confit lasts like 2 weeks. So I feel like it actually is better in here. I bought a pound of garlic. I'm gonna use half of it. Is that 30 cloves? Yeah, sure. But half the bag of garlic is in here, and I bought a large bottle of olive oil, and I need 1.5 cups. I know where my cup measurement is because I used it earlier for the almonds. The almonds have actually been soaking in water overnight. Are we cooking for vampire hunters? Absolutely. I haven't even opened this yet. Just always keep this in your fridge just so anytime anyone comes over. First of all, never mind, you don't even need this. You just have to not invite people into your home. And if they come in anyway, first of all, they're rude, but they're not a vampire. So now, now we're just, I don't know. Because I would say like, oh, like to make sure that none of your friends and family members are vampires, you just invite them over and then you're like, hey, do you want a snack? And then you could be like, I made this garlic confit from scratch. Like, if you like garlic bread, you'll love it. And if they say, no, I don't want garlic bread, I don't like garlic bread, firstly, they could be a vampire. Or they could just not be your friend anymore, because if you don't like garlic bread, that's just fucking rude. Like, we shouldn't be friends anyway, because we're gonna go to an Italian restaurant, and I'm gonna be like, hey, actually, that could work out in my favor, because we would go to an Italian restaurant. And I would be like, hey, do you want any of this garlic bread? And you would be like, no, I don't want any of this garlic bread. And I'd be like, ha! Fucker, more for me. Does the invite to come? It has to be, hold on. I got boba tea, and I got excited about boba tea. Also, let me put the garlic away and in the oven. Technically, it doesn't have to be verbal, because vampires can come in by those, like, welcome mats on your doors. Like, if it says, like, oh, like, welcome to our home, like, or, like, oh, just come on in, or, like, welcome signs in, like, businesses that says, like, come in, we're open, that works. Vampires are allowed to follow that, because that's an invitation inside. It's like a welcoming inside. Also, gremlins. More for me is hungry goblin energy. Alright, well, we have the garlic in here, and literally like 30 cloves of garlic and a cup and a half of olive oil. And I'm literally just gonna throw it into the oven. It's, I think, at 200 degrees. Literally just slow roasting garlic, so. I'm gonna set a timer for an hour. I was gonna try to do it on my computer. I don't know why. It's so much easier on my phone. Start with an hour. It says 1 to 2 hours depending on how, I don't know, like caramelized or like how, what the roasted's the word I'm looking for. This is what happens when a baker starts cooking. I'm like, ah, yes, the caramelizing process of garlic. Yeah, no. Roasting. We're roasting garlic in oil. Okay, so step 1 of the things we were making today is done, and we're only 10 minutes into the stream. Wow, this is the most productive stream I've ever done. Step 2, do we do the almonds next or the sourdough starter? Because the sourdough starter is super easy. I'm literally just mixing together equal parts of weight, or in weight, equal parts flour and water. I also don't know if this is gonna work out because most, yeah, it does work on onions. You can caramelize onions, so I don't know why you can't caramelize garlic. But I don't know if the sourdough starter is actually gonna work, because most of the sourdough starters that I've dealt with and when looking stuff up online, told me to use wheat flour. I don't have wheat flour. I have, yeah, no, just regular all-purpose flour. So it may or may not work. But I am eventually planning on just going back to, like, my old job and stealing some of, or, like, going back to, like, I don't know, not my old job, but, one of, like, the sister locations of my old job in order to get my old sourdough starter, Anne, so I can mix my sourdough starter that I'm making today with some of the old sourdough starter that's been alive since, like, 2012. Like, that sourdough starter has been alive for over a decade at this point. Like, mix some of that in with my sourdough starter, and then you just get, like, new sourdough starter. But old sourdough starter, but new sourdough starter. Anyway, I don't know what to put it in. Well, first of all, what are we naming the sourdough starter is the biggest requirement here. Because if I have to feed it and take care of it, then it's a pet and it needs a name. My old sourdough starter at work, her name was Anne. So what is the gender and the name of my sourdough starter? Have their own family tree and ancestral heritage? Dude, no, some of the sourdough starters in, like, I don't know, there's, like, it's really big in, like, what, San Francisco? Sourdough? Like, the San Francisco sourdough. And it's, like, some of that sourdough starters have been, like, going for centuries. Like, just chilling. Like, yeast is older than, like, the oldest living person alive. Like, this bread is older than my grandma. Like, wild concept, but, like, that's how you get the good shit. That's how you get the good, strong, sour flavor. I think I'm just gonna put him in a deli? Because I feel like, I don't know, I think of myself very much as, like, I don't know, a boy mom. It's mostly because of Mason. I'm like, I haven't owned many, like, female animals, so I'm like, anytime, like, I have to take care of something, like, especially my Tamagotchis. Like, I don't know, for some reason, all of my Tamagotchis have been boys. I don't know, I definitely think it's because of Mason. And I've just taken care of so many, like, male animals that I'm just like, ah, yes, my children. My boys. I would love to name my sourdough starter that. Too bad I don't know how to pronounce it. Unlike the Tamagotchi, the sourdough starter won't remind me to hydrate. I could name the sourdough starter Mabel. Tempted. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it in the deli because it told me to do it in a mason jar, and I'm already planning on using one of the mason jars that I have for the vanilla extract, which reminds me that I have to wash out those mason jars because otherwise I am going to be making infused vanilla extract, which I'm not mad about, but like, I also don't want them to be infused, because also this vanilla extract has to sit for a year before it's technically usable. So I'm literally just gonna have, like, vanilla beans and bourbon sitting on a shelf somewhere for a fucking year. I can't wait to go back. I wonder how my life is gonna change in a year after that vanilla extract's done. That's wild. How sour do you want to get? With sour Skittles sour or Warhead sour? More like rotting milk spoil. Or like sour. I feel is more accurate to the sourness of sourdough starters. I don't know, it's not sour in like a, ooh, citric acid kind of way. It's sour in like a, ooh, this has gone bad. Like, this is no longer good. But yeah, so we're gonna take 60 grams of flour, 60 grams of water. We're gonna mix it up in here. And then I'm literally just gonna leave it out and let the natural yeast in the air get into it. Because I'm not adding any yeast to it right now. We're literally just starting with flour and water, which is like, I don't know if anyone saw like the little pop-up notification for the stream, but the reason, or at least one of the reasons that I'm making all of these things is because I want to name them, or not name them. I want to make them because I want to know that I'm able to do this, just in case shit hits the fan, and these things are no longer available to me for any particular reason. I just think shit's gonna hit the fan soon, which is funny because, like, I'm doing all of this stuff, and it's ridiculous because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make almond milk, but, like, I can't grow almonds, like, in the region that, like, I'm planning to go to, if the apocalypse happens and everything shuts down, and I can no longer buy almond milk. I can't grow almonds either. Like, I'm not in the climate to grow almonds. I'm not in the climate to grow vanilla beans. I'm not gonna make my own vanilla bean extract. Garlic I can probably grow. But I don't know. Hey, Bessie. Good milk cow name. I have no idea what to name the sourdough starter. I got nothing. But we are gonna add, oh, because I feel like if all else fails, like I might end up just like adding some of Anne to this, like the old sourdough starter from my old job, and then it's just gonna be Anne, because there's some of Anne in it, so like, I feel like I should name like the male version of Anne. What would the male version of Anne be? Alright, well, tear this out. I feel like I should use filtered water because I don't trust the water here, but also the filtered water might be too cold. Make Anne the last name. Ansel? It not quite the ring to it. It needs to be like, I don't know, something that I'm able to groan because I don't want to have to deal with it. But I have to deal with it because it's a living... It's not breathing, but in a sense it is breathing. Andy? I might name the sourdough starter Andy. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway. And we're doing a hydrate. I have to hydrate. We have to hydrate Andy. No, wait, no. I do really like the name Andy because it's a combination of Anne and Mandy. Which was my nickname at work because I wasn't Amanda. I was constantly Mandy. No one ever referred to me as Amanda. So Andy I think would be a cute name for my sourdough starter. Antholomew. Oh, never mind. I want it to be Antholomew. Sure, I don't know. I'm gonna grab another container, fill it with some water, if I can pivot it. There we go. I reorganized like my Tupperware like shelf up there that just holds all of my Tupperware. That's just an absolute fucking monstrosity where if you just open it up, everything just falls out. It's a good time. Alright, 60 grams. No, it's more like 70 grams of flour. So I'm also gonna add 70 grams of water. It's like lukewarm water, like room temperature. You don't want it to be too hot because it's going to kill the yeast. There's no yeast in here yet, but too hot it's going to kill the yeast. Too cold it's also going to kill the yeast. You need a middle name too, so Andy something Ann. Andy Antholomew Ann is the name now. That just sounds ridiculous. I do like the name Andy, and I like Antholomew. It is so weird. Alright. I got tiny spatula, just gonna give it a good little mix. It's gonna be like a weird pasty mixture. But yeah, I think literally after this, I just leave it in like a warmish area. Oh, also hello, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Hyphenated last name. Oh yeah. I need to be able to yell the name of the sourdough starter. Alright. So it's literally just like a paste, a good time. Andy, Antholomew, Ann. But yeah, alright. We got this paste, so step 2 is done, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this over kind of near the oven. It's slightly warm over there, so in the meantime, what am I gonna do with this? Make almond milk? Maybe. We're gonna make almond milk. These almonds have been soaking in water for like over 24 hours, honestly. Or almost 24 hours. So basically, all I have to do is blend this, because I looked up a recipe. Because I'm like, I don't need a recipe, but I do have a vague understanding of how to make almond milk. It's just almonds and water. And then you blend it, and then you strain it, and then I looked up a recipe online, and it's like, now, after you blend it, take your nut milk bag. Your nut milk bag. What is a nut milk bag? I assume it's like, just you pour the nut milk in there, like the nuts, and it like strains it out. But I don't know what a nut milk bag is. I was gonna use cheesecloth and then I didn't get cheesecloth. So now I'm gonna use this bandana. Because, this is like the closest thing I could think of to use, to like strain out the nut pulp. This is just, I hate everything. Yeah, no, I used the gay one. I wanted to use the rainbow one because it's nut milk, it's almond milk. This is for the gays. So, I'm gonna use that later, but in the meantime, grab all the stuff I need for my blender. I'm not an expert, but I think the nut milk bag is specifically a bag for D's nuts. You're right. We're gonna taste the rainbow. It's gonna be a nutty mixture. We're gonna get our nut bag. Alright. So I literally just have this. I'm just gonna pour all of this in. I think I actually need new water in between this. Like I strained the almonds. Let me strain the almonds real quick through the this. Well, there's the water. Why are the almonds so moist? Alright. So throw these back in there. And then I also pull this up. Very liquidy. But we don't need this anymore because we need new water that I'm going to take from my Brita because, again, I do not trust the water over here. Alright, there goes all the almonds. I finally caught a stream. Welcome, Blibus Thick. Wow, what a name. What an iconic name. Alright, I need more water, so let me grab the Brita. I need 4 cups of water. Where did my cup measurement go? I used it for oil. Never mind. I have more cup measuring things. Like this one. Alright. I think I need 4 cups of water, if I remember correctly. Double layer of cheesecloth also works. Yeah, I was gonna get cheesecloth, but to be fair, I don't know where to get cheesecloth. To be fair, I bought most of the ingredients without looking up like a recipe. Because I'm like, yeah, I understand how to make garlic confit. It's an ungodly amount of olive oil and garlic cloves. Like, yeah, I know how to make almond milk. It's water and raw almonds. Like, I just went to the store and bought raw almonds. I didn't know how to make almond milk specifically. But, like, I felt like this was a solid guess. I ended up buying all the ingredients I needed. Alright. Still taste the water through it. I feel like you need... I have to use the pure filters. A lot harder to find in the last couple of years. Dude, I don't know what's going on with, like... I don't know why, for some reason, everyone's like, yeah, you can totally drink out of, like, the water just coming out of your faucet. Like, no, you can't. At least not here in Chicago, with the amount of fucking lead in the water system. To the point where, like, there's advertisements, like, on the trains and buses being like, hey, this month is, National Homeowners Awareness Month. Make sure to check your pipes and water supply for lead. I can't close this. What is happening? Oh, never mind. I figured it out. I'm just bad. Please.
That's good.
No.
Damn.
What are you doing in here? And also, can you help me close this? The handle won't go down.
Close this?
Yeah, I'm trying to make almond milk for you. So you don't...
Some nut milk?
Some nut milk. We've already made enough nut jokes. The nut bag, and the nut milk, and the nut juice, and the nut pulp.
You're gonna grind the nut?
Yeah, I'm gonna grind the nut.
Yeah.
Grind for this nut.
What the fuck? How do you close this?
I know, right?
It's like Rubik's Cube shit.
I'm just gonna blend it with it up.
Wait. I don't want to break it.
I'm over Western Washington. Our water's supposed to be super clean.
Let's go to Ohio and try their water.
Oh yeah, you guys want to go to Ohio and try the
Let's have some water, you know?
a water
Try it
taste
out.
test?
Let's breathe in their air too.
Breathe in the air. We're close enough to Ohio.
Yeah, we can totally drive there.
Yeah,
I've been to Ohio just once though.
I've been to Ohio. There's not much. Anyway, I gotta go get the child.
Okay,
So
this is fun.
okay, he's given up. No, you have to entertain the
There
people.
must be something we have to do. Hey guys, how do you close this? Oh, you can't see this. Look at this. I'll break it. Oh! It's good. Oh shit.
You
Scared the shit out of myself. Alright. Okay. See, look, I did it, guys. Alright. Enjoy your nut milk. I will. I'll enjoy it later.
Anyway, the child's here. It's good. He did it. Everything's fine.
We're okay.
We're okay. How do I get it on now?
Here, let me do
I'm not used to this part of the blender. I'm tempted to just do it in the NutriBullet part.
It's gotta be this. No. Wait.
Wait. Just snap it.
There's something. I don't know how to close this.
Hold on.
Other than force.
I think maybe do you have to like gotta
What the fuck?
We got there in the end. We know. Everyone shut
I'm
up.
stupid.
Last 5 minutes didn't
I know
happen.
now.
No. Last 5 minutes didn't happen. Last 5 minutes didn't happen.
Forget about it. Hey, forget about it.
Hey, forget about it. We know now. We're living, we're learning, we're laughing, we're loving. Here at we're dying. You grab my blender and then put it literally right here. Because this is as far as the cord goes, and I have an extension cord over here. That may or may not stay where I want it to stay. Please be useful. Ah, yes. Now that I've succeeded with the mechanical puzzle, I may make nut milk. I can finally get a nut. Okay. Lock this in. Finish chewing my boba. I'm gonna mute the stream because the microphone's right here, the blender's right here, and the blender is very loud. I hate the blender, and I'm right here, and I'm not listening through headphones, so if you're listening through headphones, don't worry, because I'm gonna mute this while I blend it, so let me turn it on first. What am I doing? Am I making a smoothie? Is this a bowl, spread, chop? Is it a dough? I'd say it's a smoothie. Let it blur. Yeah, no, it is. I'll do a pulse to let you guys hear how loud this is. The microphone's gonna like chop out before it breaks anyone's ears, but it's actually not that loud. I'm still gonna mute it though, but yeah, I'm gonna do smoothie and then we'll be back. I'm dizzy. Alright. So I think that's pretty well blended because it's white now. And I'm very dizzy. But now, we're just, the nuts are dead now. Alright, unplug this. And grab you. Put you back where you belong. The garlic is also starting to give off like a good smell. It's only been like 20 minutes since it's been in there, but the oil is oiling, and if I open the stove, oh my god. Oh my god, or if I open the oven. I don't know how you open a stove. With the best of your abilities. Okay. I'm gonna pour this in here. Strain it through. Oh no. I hope it all fits. It's interesting. Oh no. Yoink. Time to strain. We strain it in the gay bandana because again, it's almond milk. It's for the gays. Just slowly let it strain out. It's like seeping down the sides. Am I using a pride bandana as a cheesecloth? Absolutely, because I don't have cheesecloth or a nut milk bag as the recipe suggested. Because again, I don't know what the fuck a nut milk bag is. I feel like I'm milk. This is milk. People are always like, oh, like where's where's the titty of the almond? This is it. I feel like I'm milking a tit. Like this is I am milking the almonds. Okay, and then it says after this, I'm not entirely sure what to do with the almond meal inside. Now that this has just been blended. I can save it for something. I don't know what. But something. Let me get another container. Let me set this down on the cap because I did basically make almond flour. Yeah, I can honestly use this. Like, I have almond flour in my freezer right now, so I can just keep this as almond flour for a very long time in the freezer. Almond flour lasts a long time in the freezer. I mean, to be fair, a lot of things last a long time in the freezer. You guys didn't see anything. You saw nothing. Alright, I'm just gonna throw this in here. Just scoop it up. There we go. Yeah, it's slightly wet, so I think I might, I don't know, throw it onto like a sheet tray and put it in the oven to like dry it out before I put it in the freezer. Nothing to see here. Move along. Alright. I got a little bit more almond milk in there. I don't know. I mean, I might as well just make myself a glass to try now with the rest of it. So I'll throw you in here as I throw almond flour all over the place. Hitting it. Get you back in there. I'll also put a little bit of vanilla extract in here. So it's like a vanilla almond milk. Because I'm not planning on using this for really anything besides, I don't know, maybe coffee in the morning? Oh no. Ah! Filled it too full. Got a little frothy. Oh god. What is happening? So how's everyone doing? Everyone having a good time? Let me just milk what's happening over here. I don't... Oh god. Can I hydrate with the almond milk? There we go. Oh god. I think I'm just gonna get rid of the rest of this almond flour because I don't need a whole lot of it. I also am not entirely sure what's going on, and I don't know what to do with this bandana now. Even this thinking goes. My hands are covered in almond milk. Long time no see. Hello, Barrett. Welcome. Also, let me do the hydrate real quick of actual water. So I got the almond milk. There's almond chunks in here still. Let me grab what? I think just like this shitty vanilla extract is fine because I don't really think I need, I don't know. I don't need the vanilla bean paste. In it. Just a little splash. That might have been a lot. I don't know. I need to grab a big spoon to reach the bottom. And a little dash. In my own glass. That might have been too much for my glass. I mean, I definitely need sugar if I'm adding the vanilla, because it's not very good right now. It's just vanilla flavored, which just pure vanilla, no sweetener. It's very interesting. Yeah, no, that was a good amount. And all I have left in this sugar bin is this giant chunk. So what am I doing? Let me just... We're learning how to make almond milk and garlic confit, and we're making vanilla extract. We're learning how to chisel. Everything's great. A little spoonful of sugar helps the ungodly amount of vanilla extract I added into my homemade almond milk taste better. It helps it go down. Again, not bad. I feel like it's been too long since I've had almond milk. Did I just knock on the floor? Lid. What? I don't know. Alright. So we got almond milk now. Neat. And I got almond flour, which I'll do something with later. Yeah. To be fair, I've also been drinking milk tea this entire time, which has milk. So the almond milk really isn't hitting as well as I would want it to. But let me... I think this actually has been washed. What kind of boba am I drinking? I basically always get the brown sugar milk tea, or it's like brown sugar black milk tea or whatever it's called. I don't know. I just really like the brown sugar flavoring syrup at the bottom. Yeah, no, this is pretty good. I have this towel here that I pulled out today. I'm drinking a lot of milk. Fun fact about milk that my boyfriend's gonna hate me telling. So for the last couple days, I haven't been drinking coffee that much. I've been drinking more like teas and like trying to really chug water. So I haven't really been drinking coffee, which means I haven't been drinking a lot of milk. And my boyfriend's been drinking coffee. So every morning he would like make himself a cup of coffee, like pour in the milk. And he also got his wisdom teeth taken out like last week. so he's been taking like a bunch of medications, like pain pills and like antibiotics. So for the past couple of days, he's been like, oh my god, my antibiotics and like my pain medications really been making me nauseous. Like, and I've been nauseous for like the past so many days. And he's like started running out of medication, and he's like, I'm still so nauseous. And then like 2 days ago, he's like, I figured out why I've been nauseous. Our milk's been expired for the last 4 days, and I have been chugging it with my coffee, and it's like, oh yeah, no, that would be it. Taro milk tea is good too. But yeah, do the hydration chug, but now we make, everyone's like, no. Yeah, no, it's been a bad time. Also, he's been eating applesauce, and I looked at the apple, like, it's been like a, I don't know, it was just a jar of applesauce, and I looked at the applesauce today, because it's been on the counter this entire time, and he's just been slowly eating it, and I'm like, hey, buddy, how long have you been eating this applesauce for? Because it says refrigerate after opening. So, I don't know how that man survives. Like, I don't know. Anyway, he's just I don't know. I told him that the FBI was coming for him, and he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, foodborne illnesses. The FBI. So like the whole thing, like his whole thing was like, with like wisdom teeth getting taken out, you can't have anything too hot or too cold, like it has to be like room temperature. So all of his coffee was like, like room temperature. So he would like make the coffee and then like pour in the milk and then wait for it to get to room temperature. So like he didn't start drinking it right away. So I think like some of the chunks like melted into the coffee, or like, I don't know, like it just waited, so he never noticed, and then like, no, he just never put the applesauce in the fridge, so. Yeah, no, FBI's coming for him, the foodborne illnesses, so is the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, and the NRA, National Restaurant Association. The amount of just the fucking acronyms that have to do with culinary and, I don't know, government officials, it's wild. Let me rinse out the rest of my nut milk so I don't have to deal with it. Well, I'll have to deal with it later. I'll just have to deal with it later. Alright. On to the last thing. Had yogurt. French scrambled eggs. I should have been making him French omelets. I don't know. I kept asking like, hey, do you want scrambled eggs? And he's like, no. So I just don't think he likes scrambled eggs. Bad milk going over tooth wounds? Oh, that sounds awful. I'm also just gonna check the garlic real quick. It's getting toasty, but they're not browning yet, so we still got a little bit. Thoughts on applesauce and cottage cheese together? I feel like that would be good on a potato pancake. Kind of like an applesauce sour cream type situation. First impression is a little scared, a little judgmental, not gonna lie, but I feel like it wouldn't be bad. Like, I don't know, creamy, consistencies and fruit, I don't know, it's kind of like the, I don't know, kind of like the, cottage cheese and peaches. I've never personally had that, but for some reason, on like every advertisement for cottage cheese, it's like, oh yeah, this is a classic perfect pairing. I'm like, who the fuck eats that? I don't know, but are you guys ready? I don't think you're ready for the final thing we're making today. Because this is going to be the most expensive thing I make, and the most time-consuming thing I'll ever make. Because this is a special occasion sort of thing. I'm going to be making vanilla extract, which takes a year to make. I put the vanilla beans in here, along with some sort of alcohol. So let me get actually the vanilla beans first before I show you the alcohol I'm using. Because Lord Jesus. So first off, I went to the grocery store and I wanted to make vanilla extract. I've wanted to make vanilla extract for a long time because I think it would just be really cool to have my own, like, in a year, bake things with my own vanilla extract. Amazing. 10 out of 10. So I went to the grocery store and I'm like, I really hope they have vanilla beans. And I went to the grocery store, found that they had good vanilla beans. So I have them right here. There's 2 in like every little thing. And I looked at like the price, like that, I don't know, the little price tag that was under these, and it was like $7.99. And I'm like, oh my god, like $8 for like 2 vanilla beans? That's wild. And then we went to the checkout. These were $24 each. This was $24. This was $24. And this was $24. So in total, this in my hand is $75 worth of vanilla beans. Which is fucking wild. So all of us, yeah, we got $75 worth of vanilla beans. But also, I'm like, one of my favorite ways, or not one of my favorite ways, but one of my favorite versions of vanilla extract is made with bourbon. I really like vanilla bourbon, just like vanilla extract made with bourbon. And I don't understand a lot of alcohols. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. So I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna go to the grocery store and buy a random bourbon. And we were looking at the alcohols, and then my boyfriend was with me, and he's just like, should we just get like a really fancy bottle of bourbon? So I got a $50 bottle of bourbon. So we got $75 worth of vanilla beans, plus a $50 bottle of bourbon. This is the fanciest thing I will ever make. Like, oh yeah, you can definitely get vanilla beans cheaper than that, but like, I don't know where. It's just wild to me. I don't know. My red flag for this stream is thinking that making things from scratch would be cheaper than just buying them. Because I'm like, oh my god, if like we make our own almond milk, it would probably be a lot cheaper than like buying almond milk. But like, I don't know, a gallon of almond milk is like $7. It actually might be cheaper. Because I got like a bag like this of almonds, and like, this was like $7, but like this, like half of this bag made like this much milk. So like, yeah, it's like the same price, except I have to put in the work and the effort. So it's just like, what's the point of making these from scratch other than, I don't know. I think I would have fun making these things from scratch. But anyway, I need a cutting board. And actually I'm going to use a tiny knife because I got to split the beans in half. Where is my good paring knife? Here you are. Knife. And I need baby cutting board. Where is my baby cutting board? Baby cutting board. Okay, baby. Alright. So let me pop these out. Get out of here. I'll actually just one at a time first. I'm just gonna split these in half. When I say split them in half, I mean really just cut down the middle. Score them? Question mark. I don't know. I'm cutting these vanilla beans, and these vanilla beans, again, will not be used for like a year. Because this has to sit for a year. Think about blueberries and peanut butter. Interesting. It's a less classic combination than like the grape jelly and like peanut butter, like strawberry jelly and peanut butter. I don't know, that was my first thought when any fruit is combined with peanut butter. It's just like, oh, like imagine that as like a preserve on like a sandwich. Like a color play on a PB&J. Alright, they do smell so good though. Oh my god. It's like, it doesn't smell like vanilla, but it smells faintly like vanilla. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I also just have these now. I'm gonna keep them. Why not? Huh. But I don't know, they smell like vanilla, but also not completely like vanilla. I don't know, it's not like a processed vanilla, it's like straight vanilla, and it's a different scent. But also, it's still wild to me that these cost so much. I mean, I can afford it, but it was just wild to me because I thought they were like so. I don't even know. Like, it was just so funny because I thought that like $8 for 2 beans was expensive, and then she started ringing them up, and I'm just like, oh fuck, that's like triple the price of what I thought it was. My bad. But yeah, literally gonna be like the bougiest, fanciest vanilla and or bougiest, fanciest thing I've ever made. But my hands smell good. Tried blueberries and peanut butter out of curiosity. I love trying things out of curiosity. Also depends on what you do. Sometimes companies can bulk produce something. Meat? I don't know. Slice this open, and then, again, the random recipe that I'm using from online said for every 6 beans, 8 ounces of alcohol. So I'm gonna open up the fancy bourbon, and I'm also gonna try some of the fancy bourbon, because it's fancy bourbon. So. But if I can buy bulk, I should, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've been casually looking up, I don't know, just casually looking up, where and how much food trucks are. Because I'm like, I think it's too much for me to do a restaurant right now, but I definitely think I could manage a food truck. Because, like, I do not have the experience or the knowledge to run a restaurant right now. I can't open a business. Like, I just don't have the energy for it. But, like, a food truck? I could run a food truck. But, so, like, bulk produce, or, like, bulk vanilla bean paste, or, like, bulk vanilla beans for, like, a food truck would be good. Alright. I need 8 ounces of bourbon. I gotta figure out how to open this. It's so fancy. Another reason I specifically bought this bottle is so I could put it up there along with all of my other cool and fancy looking bottles. We got this one, my 2 cats, the gay bottle. That one's mead. It was Viking's blood. This one's also going up there. Bakery. It would probably be macarons, cause like that's eventually what I want to open up. Like I want to open up a bakery called Meringue Village that primarily serves nothing but macarons. So like I would make macarons and then just sell them out of a food truck. I think it would be really easy because not only do I not have to make them like to order, they're already basically done and ready to go. And I can just pre-make them and then just keep them. And macarons keep for so long if you put them in the freezer. Like, they'll stay for, like, months. It's been a while since I've had mead. Now I kind of really want mead. But no, I have fancy bourbon. I need you to be in ounces because I need 8 ounces. Yeah, a macaron truck would be so cool and I could just rotate the flavors. I think it would be fun. Okay, 8 ounces. Do you fit 8 ounces? I would assume so. 6. That's 7. That is 8 ounces. It doesn't entirely fill the jar or the beans. So I feel like I should put like something in there. I don't know. It was fantastic raspberry mead that I had to do. When I went to my the Renaissance Fair in Shakopee, Minnesota, all the meads, all the different meads, they're so good. Like oh my god, I had this like hibiscus mead. Oh my god, it was so good. What happened to the moon puzzle? I gave up on it, but there is talk that my boyfriend's birthday is coming up in fold the beans in half maybe. I feel like I should. Like I folded them in half, but not like in half. If I just take this knife and kind of stab them down, I think they'll work. I just gotta like fold them I accidentally stabbed through that one. But my boyfriend's birthday is coming up, like, really, really soon, and he's a triplet. So, like, him and his brother and sister do things for their birthday and invite over all of their friends. And their friends saw not only the TikTok, but, like, my boyfriend posted a picture of the moon puzzle with the sticky note on it to his Snapchat story, and his friends saw, so... Oh my god. Anyway, they saw the puzzle, so we might be doing the moon puzzle during his birthday. We might just all get shit-faced and try to do the moon puzzle, which might be fun. Alright. We got the vanilla extract happening here. It smells very strongly like bourbon, but very good bourbon. Putting vanilla beans in a jar of bourbon for a year, or until something interesting happens. Yeah, where do I put this? Do I just leave it up there? What's the moon puzzle? There was a puzzle that my boyfriend found at work, and it was a puzzle, 1,000 pieces, super tiny, and it's a picture of the moon. And on the moon puzzle that my boyfriend found at his job, was a sticky note that said, "I'm over this puzzle. All the pieces are there. I just think it's impossible." And as someone who enjoys puzzles, I'm like, challenge accepted. So I tried the puzzle, and after 3 days, I had put 3 pieces together, and then I lost my mind. So anyway. Yeah, again, I'm not really sure where to put this. But yeah, no, it was not fun because it's just very small pieces. It was a circle. So there's, I don't know, it was just not a fun time. But I think I'm just gonna leave this up here, shove it in the back of my, my baking thing. In a cool place, I assume. Yeah, I'm just gonna shove it. It's just gonna end up getting shoved to the back of, like, my baking cabinet. Because this is just where all of my baking stuff is. It'll be fine there. In the meantime, I'm gonna try a little bit of it. We're gonna do a little bit of a hydrate and then a little bit of a shot. Hold on, I want to see if my boyfriend wants to try any of the bourbon. Give me a second. Do you want to? I guess we're doing a shot of bourbon on stream.
Fancy bourbon.
Do you want your shot glass?
Yes.
Alright, we got our shot glasses from Spencer's.
Check it out, guys. We all like to see that.
You can't even see what it
You
is,
can
but that's
see
a good
it.
thing.
Yeah. Alright.
And I got one that says, a little cauldron, and it says, "Which please?"
Which, please?
He's just like, "Did I hear shot?" I'm like, I want to go ask.
Alright, guys. Take your shots.
I'm gonna go ask if he wants a shot. I heard that.
They heard that too? What the hell? They can hear everything.
More than that?
That's fine.
Alright. Yeah, no, we're not gonna die. I mean, alcohol is technically a liquid, and water is a liquid. Pour me 2, and I'll just...
Two?
You guys can just have the rest of the bottle. There you go.
Here, guys,
That's
go
for
here.
you.
I'll pour some out for you guys when we do it.
Just pour it onto the floor.
For the homies.
Pour one out for the homies. Not the $50.
Yeah, okay. Not the you guys can get some Svedka or something, some vodka.
Do you want to try the almond milk before you try the alcohol?
Yeah.
There
This
you
should
go.
be the chaser.
The chaser.
Wow, this is...
It's starting to get like a foam on top, which I feel like is interesting. Like you can see like a separation happening.
Tastes like nothing, to be honest.
I know, right? It tastes like water. I mean, it's
nothing.
I added a little
water.
bit of sugar and vanilla. But
I
that really,
taste that.
That really didn't do anything. I didn't add anything to that one, so that's just like basically water.
Do you have to like let it sit or something?
I mean, you don't have to. I have no idea. Anyway. Fuck it, I'm gonna go get a beer. We're all drinking now. Alright, I got my bubble tea chaser ready.
I'm gonna do this almond milk.
Is your almond milk as a chaser?
Yeah.
Alright. $50 bourbon. Cheers. Oh. It's not bad.
That's
But it is
pretty good.
still a shot of bourbon. Oh god.
Oh, clears your sinuses.
So does the garlic cooking.
Are you cooking garlic?
Yeah. You can't smell that?
No.
That's concerning.
Wow. Well, maybe later we'll do another.
That was... It's not bad. I mean, it's not... As someone who doesn't drink much, it's still...
Aged in new white oak casks until fully matured.
Until fully matured. What temperature is the garlic at? It's at approximately 200 degrees. It's like a low, slow roast. I honestly don't know what temperature the oven is though, because I can't read the time or like the numbers on like the dial. You're just slowly backing away. I was gonna say, do you want to finish the almond milk?
Yeah, actually, I'll finish it and then. Yeah.
Alright. But the garlic has like 6 minutes left in the first hour. It might need longer than that. I honestly have no idea.
That's pretty good. This almond milk's not bad. Well, it's not tasty, but it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. Well, can I offer you some almond pulp?
Oh, what the fuck?
It's the pulp of the almond.
Do you eat this?
I mean, it's basically just almond flour. I'm gonna keep it for baked goods.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, it is pretty cool. I can just buy almonds now and not only get... Like, I get 2 products from it. I get the almond milk, but then I also get almond flour to bake with. So, like, it might be better than... I don't know. I've been trying to figure out, like, is this worth it? Yeah. Like, yeah, I get almond flour, so I don't have to buy almond flour, and I don't have to buy almond milk, but I have to buy almonds, and I have to blend it.
It's
And I have to figure out what to do with the cheesecloth.
The cheesecloth?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be turned gay from this?
I don't know, the sink is just full of almond. There we go. It's fine, everything's fine. Also, hello, Evan. I had to see you here.
Are you gonna eat the garlic once it's done? Are you gonna eat some?
I mean, it has to cool a little bit, but basically, you can just put that garlic in anything. Like, it's like a... I'm really excited for it, because you can just throw it into mashed potatoes, because, like, that's what we used to do at work.
You can just eat it raw, really.
I mean, you can. It's roasting, but yeah, you can put it on crackers, put it on bread. We can make garlic bread with it.
You can use
And
are you gonna rename it?
we're going with Andy and Bartholomew Ann.
That's a good one.
Because it's a combination of Ann and Mandy, Andy, and Bartholomew. It's just ridiculous. Ann. After Ann. Who will eventually go in here. But right now, this is just sad.
Can I see it?
It's literally just equal parts water and flour.
And then you just leave it?
Yeah, and then you leave it out for
Can
the
I
first
try
day.
a little bit of it?
It's
Again?
water and flour. There isn't even any yeast in it.
It's just the... Yeah, you're right.
Do I remember the garlic's name?
It'll taste terrible.
Was I supposed to name the garlic? I'm not feeding the garlic. Like, the sourdough starter, I'm gonna have to feed. Like, take some out, put some in, mix it up.
This is cool.
Also, Raina Pants, hello. So we're still talking about the almond pulp. Garlic is the cheat code for cooking. It's just like, no, you don't actually need to know how to cook. If you shove enough garlic in there, it works out in the end. What was that face for?
My gums.
Oh, they hurt.
We got some almond pulp in there.
You got almond pulp in there. Maybe a little bit of spoiled milk.
What, are you roasting my ass?
No!
Fuck you.
See, I told you guys he would hate me telling you that
You
story.
told them? You know, it was worth it.
It was worth
No,
it.
it wasn't. It was terrible. It was cheese. I was drinking cheese.
You were drinking cheese, but not the good kind of cheese.
Yeah, the terrible, you know, you might die cheese.
The terrible, you might die, shit your pants kind of cheese.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah. Bye, guys. Bye.
His recovery's doing. He's fine.
It's past. It's done. I think I'm good now.
It's done. Alright. Yeah, he's fine. He's killing it. Alright, but I'm gonna label this, because otherwise there's just gonna. Nah, I'm just gonna throw it in the fridge. I keep being like, oh, I'm gonna like label things to make sure that the things in the fridge aren't spoiled. But then I don't, and now I'm just gonna keep that in the fridge, and then I'm gonna forget about it. I don't know. That goes over there, that goes over there. I don't need you for right now. Yeah, this is just a paste. But I think the garlic might be done. Because it's just supposed to get, like... Again, I keep wanting to call it caramelized, which you can caramelize onions. So I don't know why you can't caramelize garlic. But I am going to take the garlic out of the oven, and it does need to cool down, though. Do we need to test him with a fork? I mean, it's not that done. I don't know, it's just been really funny, because throughout this entire time period, everyone's just been like telling me like, oh yeah, you know, like everyone's different when it comes to wisdom teeth taken out. You could be like this or you could be like this, but yeah, no, everyone's different. Meanwhile, Corey's like identical twin brother got his wisdom teeth taken out like 2 weeks ago, which has been pretty consistent with the recovery process that he's having. So it's just like, oh my god, like they're just, everyone's different. Yeah, except for like this specific instance right now. I think it's because onions have sugar in them naturally. Everything has sugar in it naturally. So I am gonna continue to call it caramelizing. It is brown though. Like they do, I don't know how to show this to you guys without spilling boiling hot oil all over the place. You can see it a little bit like that. There you go. You can tilt it about that much. But they're like browner. And I gotta go get the child again. Alright, the oven is off. The garlic is out. Oh god, and there we go. I shall redeem the boyfriend so we can poke him with a fork. Also, hello, Ignatius Jelly. It's been a while, but also I'm gonna drink water and then go get the child. You can 100% caramelize garlic a few different ways. I assume it's the same way you would caramelize onions. But give me a second. I'll be back. I gotta go get the child. Is he following me? I don't think so. He's hiding in the closet right now. So. One second. me. He's like, why? For what purpose? For what reason? What? For why? You scream. Say hello to the people. They love you. He's like, no. Is there gonna be another accident outside? I keep seeing also TikToks about people being like, oh my god, that's so gross. You let your cat up on the counter. Please don't eat the almond flour. It's like, oh my god, you let your cat up on the counter? Bitch, you think we eat here? We eat in front of the TV like Americans. Alright. Well, we made things today. We made almond flour and almond milk. I feel like I gotta microwave this. It might not work at all. Actually, while the oven's still doing its oven thing. Let me grab this, put down a little bit of parchment paper, or just grab one of these. America. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw down a silk mat and just dry out the almond flour. Because it is moist. It's wet. Starbucks is offering coffee with olive oil in it? Why? For why? I mean, I know that there was a thing for a while where it was like, yeah, no, just totally throw a tablespoon of butter in your coffee. But I also didn't understand that either. While the oven is still ovening? Yeah. Alright, let me put on a timer for 5 minutes, and then after that 5 minutes is up, it's probably going to be the end of stream. But I just want to dry out my almond flour so I can use it. Moist. It's a word that I feel comfortable using as a baker because it's mostly used to describe baked goods instead of, I don't know, sweaty armpits. I feel like that's where everyone's brain immediately goes when they hear the word moist. It's just like, I don't know. People moist. Like moist, but because of liquids from people. I don't know. But yeah. Made things, almond stuff. This, which is, I don't know, literally just gonna sit here for a while. And I'm gonna have to feed it the next couple days. I think at least the next 7 days. I have to constantly just take some out, put some more in, or take some out and put some more in. Which should be fun. Yeah, olive oil just sounds weird. Like, again, I've heard, like, people putting, like, butter in their coffee, which, again, still fucking weird. Not that I drink coffee in the first place. Dude, as much as I love coffee, I'm like, is this just another substance I'm addicted to? Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, after quitting nicotine, I am so much more aware of, like, how dependent on certain substances I am. Like coffee and caffeine. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is just an acceptable addiction that we as a society, like, an addiction that we as society have deemed acceptable. Like, yeah, no, it's totally normal for you to have a cup of coffee and or multiple cups of coffee a day. Like, that's completely fine. But, like, you can't do that with alcohol because then you're and that's an addiction. You're an alcoholic. But, like, caffeine, no one bats an eye. People put some kind of vanilla oil in their coffee. I mean, I just put simple syrup. Simple syrup and milk. I don't know. I think there's enough fats in milk. I mean, like, yeah, you can put olive oil in your coffee, or you can use, I don't know, heavy cream as a creamer. Like, there's so much fat and oil in, like, heavy cream that, like, I don't know why you wouldn't just use that. Like, why are you adding olive oil? It's not helping the flavor. Reminds me of when moisture that precipitates on cold objects. Dude, I don't know. It's weird out here. Alright, almond flour. How you doing? You don't need to be in there long. Just, you need to dry out. I might need to move you around a little bit too, depending on what's going on. Are you dry? Getting there. Mix it up a little bit, throw it back in. There we go. Caffeine is a totally unregulated drug. Mostly unregulated, unless you combine it with alcohol, and then people start getting a little fussy about it. Is it regulated? I mean, certain, like, yeah, I think, like, once it came to, like, Four Locos, and I heard that Monster Energy is coming out with, like, a alcoholic beverage, I feel like the only time people were really like, hey, buddy, you can't put this much caffeine into a beverage is when Four Locos were a big thing. And even then, they just limited the caffeine a smaller amount and then just continued to sell them. But it was to a point where they're like, hey, yeah, no, this is bad. You can't sell this to people. They're gonna die. Anything up to 400 milligrams is okay. Have you guys seen the video of Good Mythical Morning, Rhett and Link, consuming the daily, or your daily allotted amount of caffeine in the span of like an hour? That video is so funny to me. Four Loko ruined it for everyone else, you're right. But like, if you haven't seen it before, I really recommend watching it, but they consume, I think, 6 Red Bulls, or I think they actually did it multiple times. They did it once with Red Bulls, and I think once with Monster Energy drinks, but they drank so much, like the daily recommended, like, allotment, not the recommended amount, because the recommended amount of caffeine is probably 0. But it's just like the maximum amount you can have in a day while still being like considered healthy and normal. They did that in the span of a couple minutes or like a couple hours. And by the time they got like through all of it, they're like, I don't even feel any different, but you can see them acting so different from the beginning. It's wild because it's just like, oh yeah, I don't know, like your body doesn't understand that it's like so caffeinated that like you're acting crazy. But you're acting crazy. There are other regulations on caffeine and food stuff. Yeah, you have to put a lot of it into something before it's like, oh yeah, you can, like any other, like, beverage. If it doesn't have alcohol in it, like, you can probably shove as much caffeine in there as you want. I don't know. There's so many, just different ways to get caffeine into your body. It's wild. I don't know. I still constantly think about caffeinated water, where it's just water, but it's infused with caffeine, and then so you can use that water to brew yourself a cup of coffee. So you can take caffeinated water and use it to brew espresso that has caffeine, and you can just keep it going. Someone was like, wow, I really wanted to brew coffee with a Monster Energy drink, but like I didn't want to affect the flavor. Bam. Can't have energy drinks anymore. Dude, I survived off of energy drinks while I was in culinary school because I was waking up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I didn't like coffee at that point. Like, the coffee to me tastes disgusting unless there was like an ungodly amount of like whipped cream. And at that point, I'm like, if there's more whipped cream than caffeine in it, it's not a coffee, it's a milkshake. Which is like, all I would get is I would get like McDonald's Frappuccinos because they tasted more like a milkshake than coffee. Why not just make coffee with coffee? Yeah, buy some cold brew, pour it through your coffee maker. Wild. Alright. I think I'm gonna throw the almond flour in just a little bit longer. It's still a little bit moist, slightly damp, but that is it for stream. Because we made so many things. We spun a lot. I say as I spin again. What happened? Dynapep? 700 milligrams of caffeine per fluid ounce? Singular fluid ounce? Horrifying. Alright, anyway. stream, I will update you on my sourdough starter, and in a year, I'll update you on my vanilla extract. What does my shirt say? It says, due to unfortunate circumstances, I am here. Not here during stream, but just here, alive, in general. It's unfortunate, but that is... I'll be taking that before you go. The choker? Dude, I feel like I need to take this off. I've been wearing this for so long. It is really cute. There's just... if you want it, it's on Amazon. I just always go on Amazon, and I'm like, alright, I want all of the cheapest accessories you have. I know it's bad, but I allow myself to buy cheap, shitty accessories on Amazon because I don't buy anything off of Shein. That is my one guilty pleasure. That is my, probably, labor, child labor, and or cheap work labor for accessories. Just remember, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and so much for being here. And I will see you guys when I see you guys next. Goodbye. I broke something. Did I? Did I break everything constantly, all the time? Always.